Everything I write about is, and it's your four walls. And if you want to do it, we can do it. But please don't come whining to me about big boxes and the economy and, oh, poor us, it must be the gas, no one's going to the mall. You know, if a lady wants to go get her cashmere sweater in Santa Monica from LA, she's driving. She's not looking.
So you don't think the economy's tight?
I think that's crap. I think everybody overhearing.
I think
it's like the Hillary. I think it's the Hillary thing. Oh, they're all screaming about Hillary. Who's screaming about Hillary? You are.
That's I don't know about you, but my experience is so different. I work with a lot of big companies right now. I'm not going to name them, but everyone feels retrenched to me. I don't know if they feel retrenched. They are retrenched. Their budgets are tight. The people are tight. They don't want to spend money. I don't think it's just because the media says things are tight. I think things are tight.
I do see, because I go into a networking group. You know what networking groups are? It's called BNI. Before I was one back about that. And so you meet 30 different people, the same people, but, you know, once a week, and everybody is complaining about the economy.
They've been doing that for the last 10 years.
I haven't been a member for 10 years.
Networking group. They all complain.
But no, there's a marked difference. I've been a member 4 years, and there's a marked difference to me now. And whether it's because of the media or because of whatever, everybody is saying business is slow, how is yours? The other part of it, though, that I agree with you, because I'm a fool, is that I think that people have forgotten, which is the whole point of my blog, that they've forgotten about selling, they've forgotten about coming up with, my viewpoint, ideas to differentiate themselves, to make themselves different, because Macy's is the same as every other store out there. Now, there's not a lot of difference. And yes, every store has the same thing. You go in and you want interruption to the staff. They're not there to serve you, just interrupting them. And that has to change, but I think there are two different things. One, the companies are all becoming the same. They don't differentiate themselves either in products, either in ideas, or whatever. But I think the economy is definitely different.
It's interesting that to go back to your clients, per se, and blogging and, let's say, women. I don't know if any of you are aware of BlogHer. BlogHer is a group, it's a networking group of over 2,000 women bloggers. And they may be chatting, they may be going online to write about what they did with their kids today, but one of the things that I remind people is these either are your customers or they're influencing your customers. So don't ignore them and don't dismiss them. And they're not whining. They're talking about the economy. I don't see a lot of worry about it. They talk about it. They have certain members that write about politics. I mean, at a certain level, I agree with you, Steve. But then I say to myself, this seems like a remake of the 70s.
So what you're saying, anyway, it doesn't matter whether no one's right or wrong, but it's interesting, everyone I talk to, well, no, I don't think so. It matters if I'm right. No. I think $4 a gallon gas and inflation are very real right now.
I think that the real danger is that, to your point, we got home equity loans fueling the economy like gas on fire. Got that. But in most retail, the money was easy. Now when you've got to actually do the job, you're sitting on a bunch of merch, someone's paying a lot of money for Macy's, for example, not to pick on them relentlessly, but as well all these regionals, and now they've got to make it good. So instead of investing in people, it's easier to say, oh, it's the economy, and I'm still going to get my perks. You know, it's funny, on Retail Wire they talk today about all the Chapter 11s, once people go to Chapter 11, they never get out. Even when they come back, there's still crappy management because they don't change. But those guys get their money. The guys at the top are taking their money. So I say if you want to integrate America, you get back to the four walls and you sell it instead of assuming we're all just going to build it and they will come, which only works for field of dreams.
So, but can we? It seems to me that in a lot of senses, everybody who has talked is right. But there are that still means if some of them are whining and some of them are really facing real problems, how do we get around it? Well, how do we then not let the slow economy or the whining slow all of us down? Because obviously there are people in this room who think they have at least part of the answer, how to get out and beyond that.
So our friend's brother brought us here today, and it's great. This label maker actually turned out to be my little brother's favorite toy. He's had one of these for a while, and he uses it for everything, and especially what cracks me up is on all of his computer cables. He has one of these, the label maker, right? And he labels every computer cable. So whenever he unplugs a computer cable, he knows what it is and where it goes and where it's supposed to go plug back into it. That's a genius idea, right? So he uses it all over the place. So I think I know personally that this is a great little tool, and you guys are all get a chance to try out the printer and to try this out. If you like it, write about it.